name is Garth, otherwise known as Big G.
My name is Richie Blackford.
Mrs. Griffiths would have been very proud of her daughter, Marcia, even though she reluctantly allowed her into the music business. Marcia went.
Yeah. All we need to do is to recognize that if we put investment in, we are revitalizing communities. How we deal with small man? And so the sound system start to come up. The sound system was the small man entertainment.
Inimitable. Toots. Mr. Frederick Hibbert himself. And the Maytals.
His mother, Prince Buster, had his imprint all over it. You know? And
Sundays come here.
Sunday's not coming, God. Sunday's here.
Yes, it is. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Scoops on a Sunday afternoon here in cloudy South Florida. You know, my weatherman for the day, now, Richie, so. I forget like a climate report. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday so far. Settled in for the next 2 hours. Today we're going to be featuring with heavy hearts. Revisiting the Mighty Diamonds. We did this some months ago, Richie. I forget which episode, our 30th episode. And 50 episodes later, we're back in it.
There we are. But I want to begin my own input just by sharing a couple of things here. Let me just read this little text here by the great Claude McKay, Jamaican poet, and he says, the poem is entitled, If We Must Die. And if we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us die nobly, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men we'll face the murderous, cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying, but fighting back. This episode of Sunday Scoops, as Garth is trying to tell you, is dedicated to the memory of Tabby Diamond, who was brutally cut down in Jamaica on the 29th of March, that's a few days ago. And of course, Bonnie Diamond transitioned 2 or 3 days later, on the 1st of April, after a prolonged illness. Between them both, Jamaica has lost more than 100 years of history of Jamaican music. And, you know, we really want to just raise this cry. And I want to just, you know, as a salute to the contribution of these two greats. I think the best way we can do that is by asking another great man to do that serenade. God.
Old pirates, yes, they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs, emancipation emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. Yeah. We have lost it. Where did we lose our identity? Now, where did we lose our identity? We're running around like a lonely sheep. Yeah, who's lost his master and he's gone astray? We have lost it. We have lost it. We have lost it. We have lost it. When are we gonna join in unity? Tell me when. When are we gonna join in unity? Everything has pleases Jah, but it's only man. Now, everything has pleases Jah, but it's only man. We have lost it. We have lost it. Yeah, we have lost it. Where did we lose our identity? Now, where did we lose our identity? We're running around like a lonely sheep. Who's lost his master and has gone astray? We have lost it. We have lost it. We have lost it. Yeah, we have lost it. When are we gonna join in unity? Tell me when. When are we gonna join in unity? Everything else pleases Jah, but it's only man.
Yeah, when did we lose our identity? You know, Richie, one of the first things you learn when we're learning English on a formal level, you learn about the verb to be. And it is made up of the statement which everyone knows is, well, not everyone, but 9/10 of the law is a possession. And it is I am to be. And I am Jamaica. And if we don't start realize that if there's nobody in the country, it's just a piece of land afloat out in the ocean. It's not the country make Jamaica, it's the people make Jamaica. And we are responsible for ourselves, responsible for our own. And if somebody don't step in and do something, there's not going to be any Jamaica for us to either look forward to go home to or to have. And I think that our heads of government, the people who we've elected to be stewards while we go about our daily lives, need to start taking a look. Not just because of Tabby diamonds, but because of the countless of innocent lives that are lost on the streets of Jamaica on a daily basis. Because there's no respect. Nobody fears death anymore. Nobody fears any repercussions or retaliations. Them just go through and just kill whomever they want to kill.
Listen, I had a little chit-chat with Mikey Bennett early on today. And in fact, Consul General and I too had a conversation along the same lines early on this morning. And just for the record, you know, remember this is a tribute program to the Mighty Diamonds, specifically to the two who transitioned over the past week. And, you know, we opening up the lines 954-945-1146. you, the listeners, the viewers out there, you know, we welcome your calling in and making your own comments. We're not going to engage a long conversation on the phone, but just as an outlet for you to have your 2 cents worth. But to come back to this thing, if you don't value your own life, it is going to be very difficult for you to have any kind of appreciation or understanding as to the value of the next person's life. And that is where we are in Jamaica, whether you want to like it or not. And I'm speaking bluntly, we have a major problem when those who have invested in raising the levels of the country out of the gutter, if you will, when nobody gives a hoot about the contribution of these people. You know, whatever it is, the blind rage, vendetta, whatever it is, you see no problem in extinguishing the lights of these people. We're gonna be joined over time by a number of people who are coming in. The great Sly Dunbar did indicate that he wanted to have a piece of this, because he himself started out with the Mighty Diamonds in the 1970s, things in 1974, when they went down to Channel 1. And so for the next 2 hours or whatever is left, we're gonna regale you with the music, the stories behind the music that these guys created. And we just wanna try to do our best to remember the Mighty Diamonds.
Place that you can go where the badness do not flow. You have to run like bees of a heat. You have to jump like the rest of the West. You have to rock when you pass down the north. Down south you have to run up your mouth. Heads of government are friends. Why can you and I be friends? So remember when we were in school, we used to play till we almost full. And there will come lunchtime, how we used to stand in line. You have to run like bees of a heat. You have to jog like the rest of the West. You have to rock when you pass down the north. Down south you have to run up your mouth. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's sweet. Oh yeah. Place that you can go where the badness do not flow. You have to eat at his wise, keep at his life, eat and keep at his mouth, because no strife. A wise man is strong, he's a man of knowledge. His wisdom is too high for a fool. Open up his mouth in evil places, but leave all vengeance unto Jah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Eat at his wise, keep at his life. because he is hungry. The son of Jah will always be filled. Bear no false witness against thy neighbors. Leave all vengeance unto Jah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Live for today and not tomorrow. Surely be the wisdom of a fool. Maybe you are leaving, and maybe you're just lonely. 'Cause I know that something is the matter. 'Cause I see the danger in your eyes, telling me, oh Lord, something's gonna be, yeah. What is the matter? Have you found an order? So I like to go back to my dear old mother. 'Cause I see the danger in your eyes, telling me, oh Lord, something's gonna be, oh yeah. Loving you and being with you, that's how I know, that's how I know. Don't you try pretending that it isn't so, darling, I'm alive. So make up your mind.
Danger in Your Eyes. And before that, we gave you Heads of Government and Identity.
Why the heads of government song couldn't be more appropriate. But just to get a little background, the Mighty Diamonds formed in Trenchtown in 1969, which just bears the point I made earlier that when these two guys, it's bad enough that because people will transition. None of us are going to leave this place alive. And
I'm going to
so
be Elijah.
it's normal. That you're born, you're gonna die. But when we start to kill our own prophets, when we start to kill the teachers, when we start to kill our history, when we kill our own, where is the sacrosanct nature of people's, who help build the place, who help give the place some value. And you, as a little barefoot, dirty boy, could just walk in and for whatever the reason, you don't have any qualms about extinguishing the lights as somebody who has helped to put this place on the map. And the heads of government, the people who are in charge, we really need to close ranks. All of us as Jamaicans, we need to really take a serious look at this crime
We need
issue.
to start looking at Sir Richard. I am Jamaica. I am Jamaica.
Absolutely, absolutely. But again, formed in Trenchtown, 1969. You can imagine we would have been just about 7 years after independence. A group of youngsters doing what the youngsters at the time does. They gather up on this, under the street light, on the street corner, and they do their own little rehearsal and basically trying to wet their feet in the music business as far as that is concerned. And so that is where they're coming from. At the time, the group was made up of Pat Ferguson, we call him Lydie, our Judge Diamond, and he had lead singer Donald Tabby Shaw, and then of course there was
Simpson.
Fitzroy Simpson, who was also known as Bunny Diamond. These were the trio, and they remained together for more than 4 decades. Eh?
Yeah.
You can talk a little bit more about that to Garth, because you were you were president
One of, not the president, one of the founding members of the
of
Mighty
the Mighty
Diamonds
Diamonds
fan
fan
club.
club. Tell us
Back
about
in
that.
1985, 86, if memory serves me correct. I was working at the time, well, probably before that, 1984 into 85. I was working at NCR, System Media and Crossroads, and made friends with this youngster who introduced me to Louise Fraser Bennett. And part of that, and I was chairman of the cultural committee.
Tell me, what was that about?
It was, just looking, part of being chairman of the cultural committee is accessing people of talent and, helping Louise, who was the president, to, seek out talent and also set up, at the time we did a big stage show with Half Pint and Michael Palm, and the headline act was Toots and the Maytals, and we rehearsed at Zinc Fence on Dumfries Road. So that was, didn't last very, very long, but that put me in touch directly with more likely with Bonnie and Judge. Tabby most of the times was away, but we still met him. Last time I saw them was in 2019. They had performed at the Gardens here in South Florida, and Judge recognized me right away. Tabby, and I said, boy, I see you when I was performing. I said, you look familiar, but when I said Mighty Diamonds fan club, his eyes lit up and he said, yeah man. So this, Richie, is a personal thing to me. It licked me for 6.
See, our next man who is personal to has just
Licked
joined
me for
us.
6.
Wanna just
Great Copeland Forbes.
welcome to Sunday Scoops. Copeland, who literally just come in from the airport. Am I correct, Copeland?
Yes, sir. You are the luckiest man. You caught me when the first foot came through the door.
Yes, as we come
You know.
here, but tell the man, put on the box, man. Put on the box right there, so. And we say, Copeland. Him say, who
Yes,
that? So, again, here's another man who understands, well, Copeland is now documenting part of the history of this music. A man with, oh my goodness,
Extensive
reams
knowledge.
of knowledge in terms of the foundation.
Personal knowledge too, Richard, not hearsay.
Absolutely. But he going to tell us a little bit more about that. But again, Copeland, very inauspicious occasion for us to, be welcoming you, but nonetheless, welcome again to Sunday Scoops. We have lost more than 100 years of Jamaican music history with the passing of these two giants. Your thoughts?
My God, I don't know where to start, but you have to start somewhere, First, I must say, thanks for having me again. It's a pity that it's under these circumstances, because I was preparing that the next time I come on Sunday School, it's the book, and nothing but the book, But, circumstances, you have
like
to.
Bounty Killer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is like a teaser to the book, because the diamonds feature inside my book heavily.
Heavy. I could
Because
imagine.
as you know, me and Tabby go far back from not just in the entertainment business. He was a member of my Boy Scout troop at All Saints when we were Boy Scout, and Judge and Bonnie went to Boys Town I knew them from then, because we used to go to Boys Town to do scout work. So through the scouting, I knew them all. So in 1976, when Ken Williams was doing a big show in New York, and he wanted the Diamonds, because they were just about the hottest project around at that time, and the Channel 1 sound was dominating the airwaves and every dance space and music space, So I came down to Jamaica. I said to Ken, I knew them well, So he sent me down, and I came down and met with them, and they were overjoyed to see me, because it's like we are renewing our acquaintances from years back, and seeing Tabby, who was such a quiet one in scouting, and now he's at the forefront in this group. It was a pleasure. And then we started our journey from right there and then. As we go along, I will give you some of the experiences.
No, man, I man like you. That's why we want you on the show. Say, I almost come take you off of the plane. Forget you on the show.
Even when the brethren there was talking about the garden, I was there tonight,
Okay.
Yeah, we took some pictures backstage, with Clinton Lindsay, myself, Dean Fraser, and them, and so on, So it was a very nice evening, And literally, that was really the last time I saw them live in person, being there. I've been on concerts and tours around the the world in Europe, Rotterdam, that I've seen. But to be there live, it was nice to be amongst your brethren. And I even, one of Tabby's son named Dan, who I literally grew up. I could say grew up, because I know him from baby stage. You know what I mean? I saw Dan there, and Tabby said, see, look, son there, I said, oh, Dan. I look around, me say, a big man, Dan, me say, and we had a nice talk, and a good, rendezvous. And it was a pleasure just being there. You feel like you just meet up with your family, because the Diamonds were like my second family.
I'll ask you this though, Copeland. We have an issue in Jamaica. It's a problem across the world, but it seemed like a malady that has just literally taken up, perpetual residence in Jamaica. And it's there's crime and stuff everywhere. But when you get to the stage, these guys, the Mighty Diamonds, are almost like the colors of the flag in Jamaica. We know that once you see this black, green, and gold, it is a Jamaica. And by extension, Tabby is the Mighty Diamonds and, a representation of the community. Yet a man just walk up and, for whatever the reason, have no qualms about wiping out this man. And no appreciation for the contribution of somebody of his ilk, who chose to remain within the community as he got older. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you see, a lot of people keep saying to me, why him never moved from there a long time? Why him should have moved out of the area? Him should have this. I keep hearing that, but I have to explain to them. Sometimes you have to understand when you are at home and you feel at home. Look at Jammy's. Jammy's studio is in Waterhouse.
Right.
And Jammy's not moving him studio from Waterhouse. A slew of entertainers came from Waterhouse. Sly came from around there, right? Lloyd Parks came from around there. Half Pint, the whole of Blackie Uru, Junior Reid, and the list goes on and on. There's so many people, and if a man is in his community and he feel comfortable, he's well loved around there. Tabby I never, even for the years I know Tabby, I've never seen him in an argument with anybody, not even with him singing mates them. When there's a little problem or so, him just keep quiet and his bunny and just sort it out, and then come to me and sit down and blah, 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 and so on. So Tabby, for that to happen to Tabby, not like say it happened in another era, right at your doorstep, at your gateway, sitting down, mellowing out with your friends them, and enjoying itself in your community, it's tough to bite and to digest, I still can't get over it until this very moment, because I am more in shock, more so than most people may understand, because this year I'm celebrating my 60th anniversary. My book is coming out next month, and they are at the forefront of my biography, my memoirs, because I actually started managing them. That's where my intern as manager started, with the Mighty Diamonds back from 1976.
So this is very personal for you then?
Yes, it's more personal than anything else, because, we had so much great experience. When I say experience that, I write about some of them in the book. People go and laugh when them see it, but them going to feel bad that, two-thirds is not even here to really see it and enjoy it, because some of them was some great moments that you could laugh about, some moments that were serious but end up, on the positive side, and we had a great time touring around the world and experiencing some experience that we have never experienced, and even Sly was there at some of them, he could tell you about it.
Hold that thought a little there, Copeland. We up on a break. Just for the benefit of the listeners too, we should be joined in a little while by Sly Dunbar as well, who is another man who started his own career with the Mighty Diamonds. But let's take the break and we'll be right back.
Listen, everyone can use a little pick-me-up. And when it's that time, reach for a bottle of Zion Organic Roots, made from all natural ingredients. Zion Roots and ginseng, tiger bone, bedroom bully is the natural alternative. Zion Roots is available at all local restaurants and Caribbean stores. Visit our website at zionrootsorganic.com or call 954-588-5203. Zion Roots, the natural alternative.
Send money back home this tax season with JN Money. Now you can send money to any bank account in Jamaica and get 10% off your transaction fees. Plus, send money to a JN Money card or even pay bills in Jamaica. This tax season, there's so much you can do when you send money back home with JN Money.
Licensed as a money transmitter by the Banking Department of the State of Florida and Georgia.
What makes my heart beat? Finding myself on the sunny side of life, where I can surround myself with everything I want. What makes my heart beat? Trying new foods, created by people who are as excited to make it as I am to taste it. What makes my heart beat? Keeping a promise to myself and to the one who has my heart. Home is where the heart is. My heart says, Jamaica, heartbeat of the world. Let's go.
Jamaica. Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable. Authentic garments, the rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and get your reggae gear today.
And the right time,
Right time come. And the right one of the other right man is right here. The great Sly Dunbar.
Great Copeland Fathers, man.
I tell you, man, it's good that we can even laugh now, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, under the circumstances, we still, you know, when we connect, you know, the vibes there because it's pure memories. When I just
we know from exactly where to come from. Way back, man.
Yeah, man, from way back, you know what I mean? Way coming forward.
Teenager dance party.
Oh, Jesus Kingdom, man. And all the memories that we shared along the way, you know, with the diamonds, with all the artists from Waterhouse.
That tour in 76 to England, you know?
Oh, Jesus Kingdom. I'm going to come to that and give them a little teaser of that.
The money wasn't that enough, and me and Light Pass, but by Joe Gibbs Studio. Me say, Light Pass, we go to England, man. Joe, we're born the money, man. Money will come later, man. And him say, we're going to.
Right.
When we go to England, we have this big house by ourselves, boy, with food. We eat food till the food.
What you mean? Richard Branson take care of woman, nobody giving a hotel, a whole house, 6th floor.
You know.
And we have a supermarket downstairs with King Sounds and Trevor them and run it.
Them kind of life down I live, huh? From long time when I live them big life them. Richard Brown.
We were the 4 concerts, you know. It was the promotion tour for the Diamonds, but the man Rick Lyceum Ballroom, man.
Yeah, man. You know the headline come out. Yeah. The headline the next day said reggae robbers invade Lyceum last night. Cause pickpockets and everybody them never see so much people in the Lyceum Ballroom since Bob did the live show there.
It was the first land again witness this new sound coming out of Jamaica from Channel 1.
And that is why Sly. We played.
Time. Everybody came up to sing, but it's going to be live.
That is why, Sly, that we played that last song, The Right Time, because this was the Channel 1 studio is basically opening itself up. You guys are just basically taking up residence, and the Diamonds were now coming in. Talk about that.
Well, we were there a good while before because Ansel Collins, there was an engineer by the name of Sidney Buckner who used to be down at Channel 1. So we used to go down every Saturday. I used to take the drum set from Tipperary Club and take it to the studio because they didn't have a drum set. And we used to play like at Saturday sessions for Anson and some other groups with the Twinkle Brothers and these people. And then I would take my couple drum set home to go back to Tipperary to play Tipperary, a nightclub thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember now I was playing one time and Herman Chinley came to me and said, I must play like Santa. I said, I can't play like Santa. I mean, Santa was style, I don't know what I can. So I decided, so boy, I don't want to wait 2 days after try and explain myself and express myself a certain way. So I asked Ernest for some free time. And so I don't have my money, I beg some time. So myself, Ansel Collins, Dougie Bryan, and Ranchi, each of us did a song for ourselves. And I said, Ernest, I have a song for you, this rhythm for you. So I played the rhythm, so he asked me a dozen times, is this rhythm how I want to say? That's your rhythm, Ernest, your rhythm. He said, sure. I said, yeah, man. So when Jojo came in here, when I was there, when he said, Jojo, this is rhythm. It's also the Sly, make this rhythm for us. And Jojo smiled and said, boy, it sounds good, man. So the following Sunday, I went down there, but I always go on a Sunday because they were always voicing, but I wanted to learn the whole sound. So I used to take up myself and just go down the channel, like say from 2 o'clock. Stay around 7 o'clock at night. That time Maxwell Avenue was okay, you know. I used to go down and listen, boys. So I'm saying, listen this. And I play the Diamond. So who's this, the Diamond? The first time I can hear the name, I see them, man. They were near that studio and I said, boy, this is wicked, man. Wicked. So I think I put them guys and so good. So I think I eventually meet them because I remember meeting because the rhythm was already made for them and they must come in and voice the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a thing now with them like Jojo always want us to go in and make the rhythm and they'll come and voice because sometimes when the singer come with that song, it's hard to get that groove inside of the rhythm, but we always give them a groove. So when the judge get the rhythm now, he just spend him song to it. So the right time was the right time when Channel 1 kick off. And funny thing, like, well, Tabby, Judge always said to me, Sly, we and you must have the same time, you know. I say, true, you know, because that's when the drum thing take over Jamaica and the Diamonds burst the same time. So London want to see who's this drummer, and everybody want to hear the sound and we can really play about this thing live. and everything. So, and I was signed to Virgin, and they were signed to Virgin too. So it was one like a basket of grocery,
But make I pick up right this because
Yes.
Sly me no want
Yes, Copeland.
Sly me no want ring him one bell, but let me tell you now, you see inside a Lyceum ballroom, we had Delroy Washington as the opening act, then we have Uri and the Diamonds. You see when the revolutionaries hit the stage, every musician in London was surrounding Sly with tape recorders, right? Sit down for tape every drum roll, foot roll, and every slash, everything. People were lying on them belly. Me have to step over people when we want to move from side to side, because everybody lie down for tape. The drum roll them, because them don't understand them hear some snare lick, and some crash after crash. The unusual thing is just the unorthodox way of drumming. People are here for the first time. Everybody hear about this Sly. People used to think that's Sly and from Sly and the Family Stone,
Right.
Because they used to call him Sly from the Family Stone, But when they see the real man and hear the real sound, Ansel Collins have kick off on the organ sound there. Jesus have mercy.
Light box on the bass there.
It was unbelievable, man. And talking about the right time,
Yeah.
Look here. I still have the album,
Yeah.
See
Yeah, the album, one original jacket that.
Yeah, man.
That's a nice little piece of change doing a Copeland. So don't make it head hurt it, Right?
I have all of them.
Just text me address when I
Yes, text me. But seriously, we are talking about a serious turning point as far as Jamaican music is concerned. And you guys, in the absence of that, you're the representation of that shift, because the music made a dramatic shift. Sly with that new drumming sound, and then the Mighty Diamonds, what they were doing. Yes.
What really happened in the beginning to get to this song, right? We grew up in a era where we used to go to party and listen James Brown and listen everything, and musicians, I used to dance because Copeland was on TADP and Copeland was a wicked dance, and we play Apollo for around 2 weeks and everything. So it engulfed with so much music, So we was hearing this song, but we always had to say, if we get this song inside a reggae, it could have really do something. So I used to go buy a liquor store in Scarlet Road by a guy named Bolivar, Newton, And Newton had a discotheque, so we used to go there Wednesday night and listen to the new record there, man. There was a song by a group named
Darker Side.
Brighter Side of Darkness. What name again?
Brother Should Have Feel?
No. This group named
Poker
Love Jones.
Yeah.
Love Jones.
Yes.
That's the name of the song.
The name of the song, I think the group name.
The Brighter Side of Darkness.
Yes. So every night we go to Newton, play that record, and say, boy, this drum sound. If we can get this inside a reggae, it can lift up and. Newton never like so when we went to Channel 1, I started telling Ernest about the sound and the motown and the feeling. And City had just left and gone to England, so Channel 1 was just there now. They know where to go. And him say, show him, say, yeah man, it can work. And he say, all right, we're ready for the experiment. And we did take around 2 years. Me and Ernest would go down and I sat down and we did it for hours. And till Jojo started cuss Ernest and said, when do take so long with drum and this and that? And Ernest said, that's being a Jojo, man. So when everything break out on the sound start, Jojo come and they put on a next smiling face and say, boy, yeah, Ernest, they really work on it. I say, yeah, because we know what we really want. And once we get certain thing, I say, no, Ernest, I know exactly what I can do. Once we get this name, we test, cut the plate every day, play it around on the bike shop party and say, yes, that is the sound. I'm saying, sure, Motown, really there for once we inside us, so with the drum, we're gone. So, the Diamonds now, the Channel 1 was a test run. No, I don't remember if It's a Shame came first. I don't remember which one came first. It's a Shame came first. And I said to Joe, I said, well, if this song don't hit with Delroy with us, we can pack up this and lock it up, okay, it's not work.
Yes, I think It's a Shame would have been.
It's a Shame came.
Yes.
It's a Shame came now. Jojo paid with 3 times for the record. I said, boy, I have to pay again because it work. I said, thank you, Jojo. Big tune for Channel 1. Channel 1. The mob start carve Channel 1. But when it done, so what happened now? Bunny they take up the fly symbol thing now. I run with it and the whole Jamaicans are flies. Everybody was a chicken. Pure fly. So we sit down and watch Bunny there fly, And Georgia play. So I said, I remember my friend named Bobby now, I'm dead now. And I said, boy, who can break back this thing? Because Bonnie started with the place, Bonnie around the globe. So we go in and them never tune. I will play the rhythm tune. I ride a tune him welding. I was the young guy. But that was a testing we made him a work out to go back to certain things. And then Jojo, they love the rhythm and I ride go on it. So when we realized that Jojo like it and said it's all right. So me and him always walk on this beach line at night time and I play the jump pattern from right time before. That's something we have preconceived and I wait a long time, you know. I said, then get a chance, we have to record it. So the right time come now when Ernest go to free time and just lick the rhythm and George and it just jump out. Anybody thought it was a delay thing from the board, they never know it's me playing it. So that means I send up people from Eyeglass Rest down to for go spy. Go up there, spy and say, I want to play for a trick on the board. And the man can say, no, I'm not trick, I'm going to play it. The man say, I'm going to play that. The man say, what? And then when George say, all right, Sly, Ernest, see there, just run the place. And George will give you the green light. And the one you say, I'm not China man, if me don't find a jump pattern for the tune, George don't press the red light until it's fly ready.
Well, so part of that, Sly.
For the tape red light burst. So this is the channel one, the great channel one sound.
Well, part of that, out of that period came, I think, Garth, you touched I Need a Roof already, right?
Not yet.
Well, what came out of that, Right Time was basically the opening salvo, but yeah. I Need a Roof, Have Mercy, Africa, Gnashing of Teeth. That was the production. And we're going to come right back. We're going to touch a couple of these tunes. And then we're going to bring you back in Copeland because, I know, as you said, a large part of this era, you were a massive part of this thing.
Why my Black Brother?
Why my Black Brother? So let's touch those.
Yeah. Before I go though, real quickly, leaving the country to come to Kingston at 4 o'clock in the morning is when you go up on a bus. And the bus go all the way to Pike, Craig Hill, all the way back down through Mile Gully. So I never get to Kingston until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1976 on Spanish Town Road. This is the song that was played on every jukebox you pass in a bar.
Take over the sound of Dunbar. So the drum sound. One fuck a drum. Now the man about 4 to the 100 and 6 of the sound. I'm playing drum. Guide us, German. But the groove of the rhythm and all the
Have mercy on a good man and help him. We pray, German. Have mercy. Looting and shooting, why my black brother, why?
Like Copeland time the thing and breakfast him go eat a while ago and come back.
I drink some coconut water, man. I wet up in voice cards.
What listening to all these songs you just played, it brought back so much memories because all them songs, probably except one, we played them inside the Lyceum ballroom. We exploded.
Remember the killer one was Backway.
Yeah, when them drop Backway Mafia.
We don't touch that yet, Yeah. Backway, cause we have Mafia. We say
move ya.
I tell you, man. And when you hear that organ tone with Anslab, when him come in with my Blackford and all them tune, man, it was
just... Mafia, somebody went to the bridge late and they make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm to come, the thing point come to me, I'm going to have to use a jump. I make a roll there.
Yeah.
Clean it out.
And make everybody come back in together. And I tell you,
yeah, man.
People scream. Yeah, man.
What I know Sly, you guys had some stuff working on, and we're gonna talk about that in the next hour. Copeland, I know you must have had your program set up because your book is about to be launched. The Mighty Diamonds is a crucial part of what I call the turning point as far as Jamaican music is concerned. But from the perspective of a musician, Sly in the first instance, and Copeland on the other hand, what is this loss? What is the impact of, how do you measure this impact of this loss to Jamaica's music?
Well, for me, right, I start off first because it impacts me so much in many different ways. First, it looks bad internationally because I've been getting calls from Africa, South America, all over the world. I didn't even realize some places I didn't know they were so popular in those places, and it looks bad because this is a national figure who just got his OD a few months ago for his contribution over the years. This is a music that actually propelled the downtrodden and those who would like to get a better way in life, because here's a model from the era, right, coming up and moving into different areas and opening gates. So for the kind of tragedy that occurred, it's damaging not just to us as musicians, but to even the country and the image of the country. Because people are asking me, where's the love that you guys came with in the 70s, right? And it has changed, where's the love? These are icons that people used to treasure one time. You wouldn't look to even want breeze blow on them on. And now it's like they becomes the target of these kind of things. It's bad. It's terrible. It's a loss to the music. It's a loss to me personally, because as I said before, that they played a great role in my early stage of this music, especially in management, and right. We had some magnificent experience. Sometimes I have to laugh about it because I know Sly sometimes don't want me to talk about this one, but
don't introduce that yet, Copeland, because we want to say we're almost up on a break. I just want to get Sly's own feedback as well.
Yeah,
in terms of, we have just a little under 2 minutes. But Sly, the loss, Copeland has given me his own assessment. But from your end, how do we measure this from a Jamaican standpoint?
So, we listened to him singing this song a while ago. It's a cover song by I think Eugene Records song. I listened to Tabby
Stoned Out of
My Mind.
I said, boy, you're not going to hear this voice again. I was planning on, I said to myself, I said, Bonnie, I was saying, well, we are Sly busting out Sly, never produced it yet, we never work with Sly, and we bust out together. And I was planning, I said, boy, one of these days, we'll really have a call Tabby and Judge and just sit down and make some record and things like that. So I know that chance is not there again, the opportunity won't be there again. And for Jamaica music, going forward in this time, because they still hold the ground and singing what they sing and never really bend and just keep the one roots rock thing and go. There's nobody else to care, because most of the people have gone into this thing called trap. And this thing on the radio station in Jamaica, everybody's playing this trap thing and forget the roots of the music. And till Billboard get fed up on us. So right now, Afrobeat we deal with it now.
That's a whole different ball game, Sly. And
come on to reggae. So this is where you saw that people like Tabby is not here no more. So we say we're propelled from the next angle and shoot some new Jamaica is not here no more, and this is one of the golden voices of Jamaica.
All right. Well, we're up on a break, gentlemen. We're gonna take a quick one. We're gonna come back and then Copeland. We're gonna look at some of those experiences that, as I say, Sly don't wanna talk about. But we're gonna bring them out. This is the purpose of having this kind of forum. And we come back with a couple more pieces of music. But let's take a quick
Send money back home this tax season with JN Money. Now you can send money to any bank account in Jamaica and get 10% off your transaction fees. Plus, send money to a JN Money card or even pay bills in Jamaica. This tax season, there's so much you can do when you send money back home with JN Money.
Licensed as a money transmitter by the Banking Department of the State of Florida and Georgia.
Listen, everyone can use a little pick-me-up. And when it's that time, reach for a bottle of Zion Organic Roots, made from all natural ingredients. Zion Roots and ginseng, tiger bone, bedroom bully is the natural alternative. Zion Roots is available at all local restaurants and Caribbean stores. Visit our website at zionrootsorganic.com or call 954-588-5203. Zion Roots, the natural alternative.
What makes my heart beat? Finding myself on the sunny side of life, where I can surround myself with everything I want. What makes my heart beat? Trying new foods, created by people who are as excited to make it as I am to taste it. What makes my heart beat? Keeping a promise to myself and to the one who has my heart. Home is where the heart is. My heart says, Jamaica, heartbeat of the world. Let's go.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable. Authentic garments, the rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and get your reggae gear today.
Yes, and that was I Need a Roof, 1976. Before that, you heard Backway, Mafia.
Move here, cause we are mafia. Listen, those are my as a youth in high school. The time I turned big boy in high school and it was fifth form and sixth form, and the music I tear down the place. The slightest like a farm session you keep, when this play turn off the light in a party and it go. But this is you rolling back the years. You guys who play the horns on that music, Sly?
I think it was Tommy McCook.
Tommy McCook?
I think Wingard, and I think Marquis.
Marquis, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Great Tommy
We need
McCook.
to talk to them Monday.
Tommy McCook and the Supersonics, yes.
Yeah, from Scatterlights,
So we are looking at these guys coming through. It's a transitional period. The music is now heading in an entirely different direction. You, Sly, is literally at the forefront of this thing because you, as you said, you were creating the tracks and the singers would come in afterwards and they would sing over the track that you guys laid on. What was your own thoughts, in terms of the impact of the change? I know you mentioned earlier that Billboard has dropped dancehall and so on and so forth. All of this is caused by some evolution in the music because in your time, you were part of the evolution of the music. Yes or no?
Yeah, I was.
Absolutely. And by extension to... Yeah, go ahead.
And still is a part of it.
I knew he was going to say that. Absolutely. But go ahead.
But what does that mean now? Like, in those days, we had 2 radio stations, RJ and JBC, right? Now we have one 5th radio station. I'm selling more records than what we used to sell with 2 radio stations. So everybody's doing their thing. So even when you're driving a car, sometimes you don't know what station to go. You don't know what station you're on sometimes. And there's no program director at these stations. So everybody just do their thing, So if I should come with say great songs, say 5 songs that sounded good, they will see this record and don't play it. And then they'll play something that don't sound as good. But if you want to project Jamaican music to the people that you grew up listening to, then I used to take my money and punch a jukebox and walk home from school, from Trencham High School and go home. Go walk to our house with my friend and just punch it and I sing all the songs when I go home. These kids, I don't know what I'm listening to these days and with the trap thing. But, I did a session like 2 months, a month ago for this French guy. He came down and said, Sly, I just want your drums. And you want to play pure straight for, only straight for. You want the channel 1 sound. That's all I wanted. He don't care about anything else. I mean, there's a musician play great light bars. And all I'm concerned was about the drum pattern I was playing.
Was that David Carroll?
Was the musician the French guy, David Carroll?
No, his name is, the guy, we call him, he called himself Tropical Dubwise. But it was Mitchin and Light Parks and Robert didn't play. But all him care about was the channel 1 sound and that drum sound, that pattern. So him said, this is what make up Europe, this is what Europe is listening to. And the 10th song is straightforward.
Absolutely. Copeland, you talked about some of your own experiences. I mean, I know you have documented, I know you don't want to give away the substance of the book, but you can give us a sweetener because,
this is the ideal time to give a little teaser and a little thing. The first thing I'm going to show you, and Sly, look at this one too, right? When we did Lyceum Ballroom, right? Branson brought in a recording truck to record the concert, right? See, I still have the 2-track mix down tape here.
Wow,
right. First time you seen it since when name then, right? Since them time from 76.
I'm gonna find a brother.
We know your yard in the party.
And they recorded the concert This is the live version of the show, you know, and I Need a Roof was effective because remember me was the MC and me started some Dillinger DJing on top of the rhythm. Jump bag of wire, figure catch bag of wire, we swimming at the Ital ball and things. And the next day, Richard Branson took us up into his house way up in the mountains, where the first time we seen more than 4-track studio. We see a studio, must about what, 50 tracks, Sly?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, right.
Ultimate.
We never see a studio like that yet, right? Up in a place named the Manor, which is a big, huge studio. Yeah, and they wanted to mix down some of the tracks, they mix the album. And it's a good thing Sly was there with some knowledge. Because I remember Michael Campbell that worked at the time with Delroy Washington. Right, was there to, and Oswald was there too, you know, and they mixed it down at that studio. And we're saying to ourselves, we never know, say you have studio board, we have 50 track or 60 track. First time we're seeing this in our entire life. And they mixed the album. I still have the 2-track mixed down with me right here that I'm going to take on the road with me as an exhibition from that era. The other one I want to talk about, I know Sly don't like that one, but it's an experience that we experienced, which was frightening to us, is that Branson put us on a concert named Reading Festival, and it was loaded with punk rockers, right? So the headliner was Johnny Rotten and the Sex Pistols. Right? You know definitely what we are into.
Yes,
no more that group.
So here is reggae now coming to fit into punk rock team. This when we start on the Diamond Run out. Not a dread, we never run away. Not a dread, we never run away. I started 2 meters. 2 meters of fling on the stage. It's a good thing, sir. I watch the American football where all the wide receiver them move from one side to the other. You may have to run and I catch 2 meters and I catch it over here and I catch this. You know, one time one come after answer, get up and people and a point for 60,000 people. Man, you know, you know. And a 2 meters and so boom, over film section, the whole line keyboard spread out. We think so I edge the people them come to make an omelette. It looks like they come to turn we not the omelette. And I remember seeing Jojo and John Holt in the audience watching the show. And when the 2 meters I them a real man, them run out of thing and we don't go leave in the car. Tabby look for me, so boy, we to do. And I put up him on and slice. And no, you know, we not leave, you know, we're going to drive with him under them shot, you know. And start make another roll again, man, and boom. And we kick off in another song. And when the thing I roll like crazy, man, me almost see the 2 meters, them and the thing subsided, you know, and just gone right down and the people them getting at the groove now and start rock with, you know. And when we look, we see 60,000 people out there rock like crazy and everything, man. And when the show done, King Sounds and Trevor them go find some of the people and where they fling 2 meter hike power, man, and then come backstage and kneel down and Uri foot and I apologize with them hand like them a pray, you know. And Uri with the chalice, I said, don't do that, never do that again. And 2 puff and just and blow upon them and them just inhale, the smoke, you know, and just so that was an experience that I will never, ever forget. You know.
Well, look, I tell you something. I never thought we were going. This is priceless.
When you get it, Sunday school, get it before the book.
Absolutely priceless. Yes, Sly. Yes, Sly. You're saying. My goodness. Well, listen. That, as you say, is a little oh my goodness, we really need to find him yard, God. We have to find him yard. We have to find him yard. But again, for the listeners, I know while Sly and Copeland regaling us with those stories, we still want to remind the listeners and the viewers of the great catalog that the Mighty Diamonds produce. You know, and again, if you're just joining us, we are just doing a tribute to the group, particularly to the 2/3 of the group that stepped away from the microphone last week. And we, you know, Mr. G, I know you have something lined up on the turntable. Yeah, let us turn to the music. We'll be
fi rise and peace. They didn't know there would be days like these. Now the human race in such a squeeze. Yeah. They never love, they never love, never love poor Marcus. Them never love him. They never love, they never love, never love poor Marcus. Yeah. Men like Maguire.
Yes, they never loved poor Marcus.
Man
And
like
then we
Maguire.
heard of Unruly Picnic. And unfortunately, it's an unruly picnic snuff out the man life.
And it's an unruly set of picnic, them a fling egg and tomato upon the man, them upon the street. 5 decades ago. But, you know, that a part of the growing up, as you say, Copeland, eh?
Yes, yes. It's part of the experience, you know, that, you know, young groups, unknown, you know, trying to break over into another era that you don't really. When I get back to London, I sit down with Richard, I say, Richard, why you put us on a show like that? He said, you guys have to cross over, man, because you guys are big, you know, and he wants to make sure we move, but we were moving a little bit too faster than the pace, you know, and things. But it was a great experience because I heard it happen to another act somewhere else already, you know. So things like these we have to go through, you know. But it was a good start for us, you know, and the journey was very good. You know, and I know we don't have much time, you know, and I wanted to cover some quick areas, you know, so that I even have another thing here that
you have 40 minutes. You have 40 minutes, Copeland. So take
participated in, you know, but I think we were ahead of our time when we did this album back to bring back the diamonds into the limelight.
Magic, bring that up for me. Bring that up, make listeners see.
Yeah, we did this in Nassau. It's the Planet Earth album, right?
Planet Earth.
Yeah, and this was kind of to bring back the vibe because Virgin made a great error when they took the group to New Orleans and recorded this album.
Yeah, I was about to ask. That's a good time to bring that up because
Ice and Fire.
They apparently the label wanted to change, wanted to be too involved, it would appear, in terms of the production. Speak to that a little bit for me. Both yourself, Sly and Copeland. That particular album, the Ice and Fire.
Yes, that album really and truly, it was too far to the other side, too far to the left. You know, we were on the right time, on the right side, and that went too far to the other side. And when we were standing up to try to tell them that we need to have the revolutionaries there, you know, they took us to New Orleans, you know, and that is another experience again, that whole experience down there is in the book, you know, and they use a group named the Meters to play it, but it just didn't work. It just didn't fit, you know. So the next year, they said, okay, we have to bring back the diamonds now back into the forefront. So they took us to Nassau now. So the studio just opened up, and the diamonds was the first group to record at Compass Point Studio, you know. And out of there came this album. I know much people don't have it because they can't get it now. You know, Planet Earth. But this album, they flew the group, the band. It was Sly on drums, Lloyd Parks on bass, Tota on keyboard, Earl China Smith on guitar, and the rhythm and the horn section, Sticky on percussion, and the horn section with Tommy Marcus and Dandy Jr. Yeah. So it was the real force. But we created something that in Sly, even though we find some of the sounds them and style from, we were far ahead of the music. And much people never get this album to really explore it. Because this was to come out now, you'd hear some classic sound. Yeah, man, Planet Earth, Sweet Lady.
Produced by Carl Peterson, right?
Yeah?
Carl Peterson produced it.
Yes, it was produced by Carl Peterson, who actually played some keyboard on it too after we left to overdub some stuff at some nice spot. And it have even a song that reflects to what's happening here now and what happened with Tabby, because there was a judge had just lost his brother through the same kind of thing, through the gun. And he led a song that speaks about the exact thing that happened to Tabby, you know, and it's like we see it replay back in our faces.
What was the song? What was the song?
My only brother, now he's gone, I miss him so. He's here today, taken away by the deeds of a wicked man, taken away by the sight of a foolish hand. He was my brother, my only brother. Now he's gone. I miss him so today. Oh yeah, I never forget those lines. And it come right back to me when I see what happened.
I forgot fly go Copeland yard to get a copy of that album.
We have to come in your yard when you're gone and broke in your house and take away some of them things. But you know,
no, all this stuff doing, I must tell you, all these paraphernalia that I say I have, going behind me when I'm doing my book tour. And I taking a entertainment package to recall.
I suspect you're coming to Florida with your book tour.
Oh, it has to. We're doing it up at the museum up in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay.
Is already
that's where.
reserved there. Stanbury and them working on it for me, right?
And
all
DJ
paraphernalias that we have when we gathered along the road will be on display there. So you will see the two-track tape from Lysel there, and all these albums there that we have done.
Make sure you send your private jet for Sly and can be there.
Well, Sly has better be there. In fact, I'm listening to you.
You have to be a part of it, man, because we're bringing back the history of Channel 1.
I am listening to you talking about your book, and we have the great Sly with you, we have lost two of the sons from the Mighty Diamonds, and this is not, we're throwing any omen out there, but I'm a firm believer in writing our own stories, right? Sly, you don't have a story, you have a library, right? A library of experiences, and we need to document these things.
On video.
And we need to both do, in hard copy, but audio, video. This is part of the documentation. I would like to
it's why Copeland book takes along with a lot of things. You might forget in the book, because sometimes you don't remember things until
exactly.
Why? I can't.
Exactly.
So you have to go back
right on the edge.
So I have to start jot down some things when I started, even before I started the whole thing.
Well, Sly, you need to start jot down a whole heap of right thing, because listen, your story is to a large extent that
Jamaica's story.
It is Jamaica's story. It is a story of Jamaica's music, and then not only have you impacted the music that is Jamaica, but you have had the same impact on genres of music outside of Jamaica as well.
Yeah.
And I really believe, and this is why this thing hit me so hard, because we as youngsters, I grew up in that, late 60s, 70s period. And so I remember when the Diamonds just started, a lot of these songs, you knew the lines by heart. You could even play some of the instrument with your voice.
Hey, I want to tell you something. There's a concert that they did. I think it was on George and Tabby was there. Down by the Institute of Jamaica I think January or February 2020, when they had this thing called the Black Chinese, the Chinese in the Jamaica music.
Mm-hmm.
And we were representing Channel 1, and there was, we had a little talk on stage and everything and the music. And I tell you, man, most of the people who came to that concert, they know every drum beat, that when we're on stage talking, I just say, look, there's a song called Right Time, and no drummer can play that intro let's fly, man. And people laugh. So when it goes time for concert now, we kick off with Roof Over My Head. I'm going to pull about around 6 times, roof, because what I noticed with Diamond, most of the people who play the record never play the right tempo. They always play too fast. Mm-hmm. So we were there in rehearse the day before, Chin and myself, Robin and Light Park. So we had the tempo right and everything. But when we reach the right time now, when I was stop, we were going in, and when I start, I mean, the audience couldn't believe it. Said it's like a record. And I said, no, I can't believe it. And it's a drum roll that a lot of drummers have problem playing. And and it just the way for that role is just thinking of how we can push the music forward and just doing some good things, And that become like a standard role for the Diamonds right time. Up to this day, people call me, drummers call me and say, oh, you play that role, and I try to tell them,
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a problem.
Yeah, man.
In Copeland enough. That's true, no problem.
No, because I start to remember when the man them a move over with the cassette pan them belly at London to get that roll, to tape that roll, And then you step on a man back, never know that somebody lie down there. So a tape right against your foot, the kick drum. The man a tape the roll on a cassette.
I never saw so much cassette in my life yet.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
This is where we coming
but
from.
On a serious note now, since we don't have much time, let's reflect on the present situation with two of the soldiers, 2/3 of the group, has left us within 3 days. I was in touch constantly with Judge, but Judge can't handle it no more, so him just like don't want to him talk on the phone anymore. And there up to when I spoke to him, up to when Wednesday night, Thursday morning, he said he hadn't spoken to Tabby, to the Bunny, because them don't want to break the news to Bunny and make Bunny hear, But it somehow I was told by somebody close to the whole thing that them try to keep it away from him. But him is a man sit down and watch the news. And watch TV regularly, And I guess it looked like it seeped through. So I'm not saying that is the reason. But when I heard that part now, I start to put 2 and 2 because I felt so good that during this 2 years of pandemic thing that Bunny survived it because I know the sickness that he had, and anybody with them kind of thing there is the first to get it, and he stood through it, and his daughter, Diamond took care of him because his wife had passed some years ago, so his daughter was taking care of him and everything was going. And Judge even tell me that whenever they're doing a concert, they bring back a 10% off the top for him, to make sure him all right, and Capo from Miami, him filling for Bunny, and
hold that thought a little, Copeland. We're up on our last break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna take some more of those anecdotes. Sly, I know you have a whole heap. You're a man we have to dig out the conversation out there, but we have a pickaxe and everything. We're gonna dig some more out. But let's take a break and let's come back.
Send money back home this tax season with JN Money. Now you can send money to any bank account in Jamaica and get 10% off your transaction fees. Plus, send money to a JN Money card or even pay bills in Jamaica. This tax season, there's so much you can do when you send money back home with JN Money.
Licensed as a money transmitter by the Banking Department of the State of Florida and Georgia.
Listen, everyone can use a little pick-me-up. And when it's that time, reach for a bottle of Zion Organic Roots, made from all natural ingredients. Zion Roots in ginseng, tiger balm, bedroom bully is the natural alternative. Zion Roots is available at all local restaurants and Caribbean stores. Visit our website at zionrootsorganic.com or call 954-588-5203. Zion Roots, the natural alternative.
What makes my heart beat? Finding myself on the sunny side of life, where I can surround myself with everything I want. What makes my heart beat? Trying new foods, created by people who are as excited to make it as I am to taste it. What makes my heart beat? Keeping a promise to myself and to the one who has my heart. Home is where the heart is. My heart says Jamaica, heartbeat of the world. Let's go.
Jamaica, the home of authentic reggae music and reggae wear. Reggae wear, the gear for any occasion. Reggae wear, stylish. Reggae gear, fashionable. Authentic garments, the rhythm of Jamaica. Wrap yourself in the warmth of reggae wear. Get your reggae gear today. Visit www.yardmedia.com. Capture the rhythm of Jamaica in reggae wear. Vibrant colors for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Visit our website at www.yardmedia.com and get your reggae gear today.
all dressed in white. What a sight. All you wanna do is to fuss and fight. But that's not right. But I'm a man of ability. So is dear. And all my girls have integrity. Oh yeah. No wonky. If it's tax you want to tax me.
Because you know for me to see.
Listen, you know, you made a point about the music playing in the wrong pitch. If I don't hate nothing, that's one of the things that, because we grew up knowing
the man them feel
the pitch that the
instead
song
of playing,
was recorded in.
Instead of playing faster music, the man them play the music fast.
Yeah. And the consequence is that you have a whole slew, a whole population of listeners now who don't really know what the actual music sounded like when it was created.
I play 90s dancehall, and one young lady come to me and ask me, tell me, say, I'm playing the wrong version because she's used to hearing it almost 2 times as fast. So you're playing the music, I'm so slow. So I say, you mean the music, this is a pitch. This is what the engineer and the artists and the people them sit down for much hours in the studio and do. And you have one DJ, one time man come on stage, and the first thing him do, before him even select a song when I'm going to play, he pull the pitch key them all the way down to +8. Like, you don't have no respect for the music, my youth.
Yeah, well, that is where when you have people who coming into the music, because they can buy the equipment and buy the record, but they don't know the history behind the record. That these songs are songs that the creators are. One of the factors taking ownership of reggae music, or taking ownership of the music, which is what reggae is that the songwriter, the singer, the musicians, they are basically playing from their own experiences. Am I right or am I right? Gentlemen.
Right, that's real.
Eh? Sly?
You're right, man.
Yeah, so you're writing, the songwriter is taking the experiences out of his own community, because that's what music is. It's a story. It's a story of your experience. And so you're writing from things. So the period of the 70s right up into the 80s when the whole social fabric of Jamaica is changing. From Marcus Garvey to Haile Selassie, all the way. This is what the singers are experiencing within their own space. And reggae music is when you take ownership of that. And nobody did it better, in my mind, than the Mighty Diamonds. The music were not out and out. You know, Right Time is a Marcus Garvey tune. It's basically saying when the right time come, you know, etc. And if you don't live it, you don't understand it. And in my mind, it is the clutch of all of these experiences that we have lost when, you know, our artists transition in this way. Copeland?
And then, you know, to back up what you're saying, you know, when I remember, and we have to really give credit to Judge, you know. Judge wrote 95% of the songs then, right, for the Diamonds. He was a great writer. You know, he had vision, because when Sly them create the rhythm and just give it to him, you know, just take it home and sit down and just find the right lyrics to fit in it so perfectly. Yeah, that when you listen to all them songs, they realize that most of them, the rhythms were created and they went and write to the rhythm. You know, so that is what we really miss in the music now, because somebody
listen to Pastor coaching.
Yeah.
You know, just listened to it a while ago. I said, well, just come up with an idea there, and you know, Pastor coaching upon this rhythm and the group from London take it and to
musical youth, yes. Take it and turn it into a monster song.
Exactly. You know, so when we look at the scene now and what has happened now, it's like you take away so many things has been taken away because of these two brothers that we missed within 3 days' time.
Another thing, you know, that goes together with the music. You remember at Studio One, there was a set of musicians and artists that cling together. You used to get a certain kind of sound coming from Studio One. The same thing from Treasure, the same thing at Motown. There was a Smokey Robinson, there was Marvin Gaye, like a group of everybody knew everybody's sound. And the same thing that we did at Channel One. Like when Diamonds come in, we know Diamonds have to get a certain tempo and a certain groove. Wailing Soul, the same thing. Blackford come in, have to play a certain way. But I don't know if a musician kind of study that, but we used to study Because we know Motown was a different sound, Philadelphia was a different sound. And you can get the difference between playing for the OJs, playing for whatever artist and Philly label or whatever, or Billy Paul or whatever. So we take the same attitude and give Diamond a certain sound and a certain groove. And whatever I play for Diamond, I won't play for next artist. I kind of shift it up a little bit, you know. So I think in this stage and this, we are missing that because you're giving the artist a rhythm and 10 people coming on the rhythm. Sometimes the rhythm is not good for the next guy.
Right.
You don't know,
right.
you know. So I personally don't like the juggling similar to other artists on the rhythm because I think we have enough writers and we have enough musicians that can come in a rhythm like every 5 minutes report you can make a hit rhythm. Or I think what we are making today is everybody's going into the studio and record, but not making it recording. That's the key, you know. Remember, everybody can go and record, but not making it recording. And this is what we are missing in Jamaica music today. Not making it record, we're just making record. And if we're not making it record, we know we're back to zero.
Which takes us back to the problem that we're now having at the global level, because was driving Jamaica's music is the creativity. Yes, Sly?
There's a formula in making it record, you know. And the formula of not making a hit record. It's like you're cooking a good
curry goat.
We call it I'm making a good pudding. It's a formula where the pudding tastes so good and the next man pudding don't taste so good. So there's a formula, and I think musicians should study that formula. And the person with that formula really was a person, my name, I'm checking me to a studio one. It's a formula I always use. And we learn from him and take the formula to tax and take the channel one. And this way the channel one burst out so open. And we took the same formula to joke it, but it's a certain so the musician can understand it. Like China, like Ranchi, Robbie, myself, Anson Collins, Robbie Lynn. It's a formula in between, and that every musician see that as a formula. So if we're going to make a rhythm, we could go into studio right now, we could make 12 hit rhythm for you, and most of these rhythm are hit rhythm. It all depends what the artist is going to put on it.
It's so true, you know, because if you listen back to the Channel 1 songs them, and you listen to the Joe Gibbs song them, and the same musician them are playing up, but them have a different sound to fit a different studio. Yeah. So when you hear the Studio 1 song,
all that makes a difference in Joe Gibbs. I was just a drummer on board my session, you know. And the board session, I'm playing drum for Joe Gibbs on Channel 1. I remember Joe Gibbs used to come on Channel 1 and park up and can't wait till me finish Joe's session at Channel 1 to go up his studio and do the next Joe Gibbs session.
And I must put in a little piece there too. When you left with Jimmy Cliff for Africa and couldn't do that session on the Thursday around a Gibbo, I've never seen so much drummer turn up. Drummers galore. And nobody could have just fit in. And Joe Gibbs said to Errol, just pause the session until Sly come back. You know, just pause the session until Sly come back.
Yeah, amazing. I remember when I came back in on Copeland, and Errol said, Sly, you have to come and dub these drums. 15 tunes of overdub drums, and one of the tunes from the session was How Could I Live? Is that the right title?
Yeah,
How Could I
right.
How Could I Leave?
That is wrong.
Whatever. I dubbed that. That's the first one I dubbed, and I never listened to what the drummer was playing. And when I started playing, the studio, everybody fling up the mat in the ear, man, jump me, boy, gone, you ready for mix now? And I said, this is what I'm feeling for the tune. I listened to Lord Park's bass line. I said, but this is how I can rock it. And man said, boy, Sly, come like your God. I said, why I said that? The man said, no, but the tune there, I couldn't move. Why you just come and just turn on the tune?
But Sly, look at even this song there when we had NASA, Sweet Lady. We spent over a hour upon it and can't find the groove. And you say, you know something, I could change the pattern and I'm going to drive it. And you start get straight forward upon it. Yeah. And when the tune start to rock, all Richard Branson and Jumbo, everybody start dancing at the studio and say, wait, where the groove you come from? You just change it, you know?
Yeah, so, you know, let's say Copeland say, and Copeland kind of know the formula to them. Okay, when you hear it, if Copeland is in the studio right now, I will look at Copeland, we can't know if the formula right or wrong, you know. I look from Copeland and glance on him. We can't know if we're after getting on.
Yeah, man. Yes. We still have that communication.
So you have certain people who come to the studio, once you look at them, you know if you're going right. I'm going to look at you, make you know, say, boy, something wrong, you know. And you look at every musician. I remember when I was playing this tune, Far East, it was so slow today that Jojo said, I want to crawl my gentleman. He said, Jojo, this is too slow, man. A man's musician, Jojo, what do you, man? I remember they spend 4 hours on the tune, and the tune can't record, and they look on them, they look at money, I said, well, we're not going to make the money to the car, the tune now, don't take, And I look at the side drum beside me, I say, and I listen to the tune again, ba-dum, and came, rah! And when I make the rah, the engineer drummer say, yes, it's gone, and he's that, red light, that. The tune came out, and everybody who play the tune that we have to play that, rang and night, And that was the one with Paris, Barry Brown, Barry Brown. And everybody would do it. If that slam don't come like grum, you come like that record to play.
Got you. Well, if you're just joining us, just want to tell our viewers or listeners, we have in studio with us the great Copeland Forbes, and we also have the great as well. I don't want to push one over the other, the great Sly Dunbar. A real treat for you guys, our listeners, our viewers, here on Sunday Scoops. And again, we're just using the opportunity to pay tribute to the two gentlemen who have left us from the Mighty Diamonds. Tabby Diamond and Bunny Diamond both passed away last week. Well, Tabby was taken
days
from us,
apart,
and both made the transfer, if you will, within 3 days of each other. And so this program is dedicated to their memories and the contribution that the Mighty Diamonds has made to Jamaican music. I know it's a program that we play for the listeners as well. So we're going to touch a few more pieces of music from the group. We're going to come back, get a couple more anecdotes from you, Copeland, from Sly. We in this last 12, 15 minutes before we wrap up. Mr. G?
Father's land that's calling us home. So long we have been a slave and no more will we roam. So I hope and I pray that the day will come when we see the rising sun. When no more crying, nor victimizing, no more starvation, no more killing. Africa is a land of home, yeah. Africa is the land where I belong. Oftentimes I sit right down and remember those chains. All my people was in slavery time and time ago. He that is wise keepeth his life. He that keepeth his mouth will cause no strife. A wise man is strong, he's a man of knowledge. His wisdom is too high for a fool. Open up his mouth in evil places, but leave all vengeance unto Jah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He that is wise keepeth his life. He that keepeth his mouth will cause no strife. Oh, juvenile, you know I like your style. Juvenile child got me going wild. Juvenile child, you know I like your style. Juvenile child got me going wild. Juvenile child, you know I like your style. One day, as I was all alone, sitting by myself, wishing for love, then you passed me by, and I could cry. going wild. Juvenile child, I know I like this. I'm not the one to be blamed. Gosh, it is a burning shame. See my people feeling pain. Can't live their life in vain. My heart cries out to see my people crying. Oh yeah, oh Lord. My heart cries out to see my people dying. Oh yeah, ooh. I'm not the one to be blamed. Gosh, it is a burning shame. See my people feeling pain. Can't live their life in vain. Come on.
Yes, and we're back.
Well, we really
up the
could have do
final
this for
minutes.
another 2 hours, but you know we have to utilize the time that we have. But Copeland, I know the book is gonna be out very shortly. Well, he did say next month. Next month, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I hope you are taking pre-orders because you know, given all of this kind of publicity approach, you really wanna put it on the site so people can pre-book the thing.
Yeah, man, it definitely will be, you know, because as Sly said, you know, it took me 20 years to do it because there's so much thing you have to document. And still yet, I couldn't even get every single thing inside there. Or it should be too big to walk around with, you know. So the important ones, them with a follow-up later on, you know.
Well,
But
what I want to challenge you to do is, as the scribe, you need to write the Mighty Diamond story, separate and apart from your own. After once you get your book launch, because that is a story. Yes, Sly.
Why? I never see Copeland miss out on a story yet, and I was watching a television thing, I know. And you forget to talk about tea, the mint tea on the tour Blackford.
you said we couldn't get everything inside there.
This is the part that we bleach up every night. I said, Copeland, forget this.
But they're
on
all
the television in Jamaica, and I talk about everything, and you forget about the part there myself. Copeland, and that's the thing.
Well, Copeland, you have to let go of that, you know.
So I'm going to go around the thing.
Yeah.
No, well, the book have a lot of stuff, you know. The book have a lot of stuff that people don't hear yet, you know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of laughter, you know, so much fun and things in it, especially that little incident with the diamonds and yourself down in New Orleans, and that thing when tell you about it. You're going to laugh till you weep.
Man, you can't do
it's
that,
a pity
man.
they're not going to be
The
here
program
to
is
enjoy.
about, the program is to regale the Mighty Diamonds. You don't have to tell us the whole story, but you can give the listeners a little tips. A prips.
Well, Tabby at the drive, it is about Tabby at the wheel driving. And that's all I'm going to say. And when the book comes, you will read the rest.
When Copeland was in New Orleans, I called me when I said, Sly, them getting flyer down. I said, well, I need to send for Sly, you know. The man said, no, we can't do it, but we don't need Sly. So I said, no, I need to get Sly down here. But the man wouldn't ever fly to New Orleans. The man said, they can't do it.
Yeah, man, that was
the album, the Ice on Fire and Ice album.
Yeah, well, you know, see, as I said, see it here, you know, most people don't have it. I still have this copy. I'm going to bring it up for you so you can play some songs from it. The best song that I
have. That one I have. I have that one.
The best song I love on it is when Tabby do the Smokey Robinson tune, Tracks of My Tears, you know. Yeah. When you hear Tabby's voice on that, man, you couldn't believe say it's Tabby. Is the Diamonds doing that because Tabby have a voice, you know, that I think was built just for Tabby. Nobody can ever replace Tabby when it comes to voice.
I turn it his song.
Yeah, man. Any range, any style, him can handle it, you know. And that's why I realized that, you know, when we look at it, 2/3 of them gone, you know, it's gonna be hard to swallow and hard to fix. Yeah, you know, it have to be like memory. You know,
with his charisma and seeing that the person is always smiling, never frown, how he was looking happy all the time, you know.
Yeah, there was a video during the circuit on the day they took him away. There was a video of him.
Yes, I saw
with Wickerman where he was having a nice time out on the ends, and a couple hours later gone.
And the song that was them was dancing to you.
It
We
was
said,
a very
"Me
song.
day up, me day again with
Yes,
the brethren."
Right.
You know.
Right. The question, and I know we're running out of time, but I want to pose this. And Sly, you're still making the music. I know you had indicated that there was some stuff you guys are working on. Is there a chance that the Mighty Diamonds, the group can be resurrected, probably finding 2 additional voices? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there because
George is a good singer and I've never really come up front, but there's a song he sang on the album called Go Seek Your Rights. It's kind of falsetto kind of thing, and it really sounds good, but you have to have for him to come to, you have to have the right rhythm behind him, because he just can't play any rhythm to put, and that's why Diamonds was a hit group, because the rhythm was kind of tailor-made, although that wasn't even the rhythm was making, but the rhythm kind of tailor-made for them. So we'd have to find a group of musicians like, Light Pass, one of these people kind of have the history of making it record and these people and to collect and sit down and point. But I think it could carry on,
I think it would be a tragedy, as far as Jamaica music is concerned, for us because those 2 have moved on, that the group becomes silent. I believe that Jamaica owes it to us. We owe it to ourselves. God said that at the beginning of the program, that we need to recognize that it is us. It's not them versus us, all of us. And so I think we need to find a way. Copeland, you are a magician in terms of the behind the scenes man. But it is something that is worth looking at.
Well, I tell you something, me and Judge spoke about even that too. You know what I mean? We spoke, I hardly talk to anybody. He would talk to me about things and ideas and so on. And that is an area that we have to look carefully into, because you see that Mighty Diamonds brand, it's a special brand in our history. And you don't want to do anything that may damage it. You have to enhance it and carry on, And I tell you something that most people never know, and you may hear it for the first time. They just signed an agreement to do some shows in Africa. And Tabby, I just learned that Tabby himself wanted to leave early, to just go over there and wait a little and so on, just to cool out. And so, before the rest of them come over, So it's like a serious blow. Not just them alone, it's family. I know the family inside out. Is common law lady. I know her for over 40 years. Fanny, we call her Fanny.
Yeah, I know her, man. She go together.
Yeah, and to see her lying on the ground rolling, I feel it, what I mean, because I know what they're going through. And he was the sole breadwinner for the family, He was the sole breadwinner. He was the one that may keep the family going, the Shaw family going, So to lose him under that circumstances, man, it's heartbreaking, very heartbreaking.
Gentlemen, prayers. We that's about all the time that we have today. We just want to use the opportunity to thank you guys. Copeland, certainly, I know you didn't take off your jacket yet, come off of the
passport
airplane.
Still in pocket.
Passport still, yes. And Sly, a legend in the music, for you guys to spend the afternoon with us to help us tell this Diamond story.
Every time me and Copeland link up together, man, it's always enjoyable.
Yeah, man, it's magic. We used to have that eye contact on stage, When him a play, and Sly look for me and me look for him. Him know exactly where you do at certain sound.
When we making the program out for Blackford, me and Copeland go by. Me and Copeland go and listen to the program. Nobody else, because anything we say is final, Nobody will question anything, And me and Copeland to go to the tune them and say, no, we don't want that place. We don't want that. Me and Copeland play the concert in a way that on the bus, But nobody knows that, And we can lie it and say, I hate that. So me and Copeland really go back,
Yeah, man.
I want us to do another show that we look at the Black Uhuru story. Both of you. I'm going to tie you down with that. The 12. Right?
We're going to dig up Michael Rose from the White House at Westmount.
We're going to find Michael Rose, whatever. But we're going to do that story. But guys, let me, on behalf of our listeners or, sponsors, just want to tell you, how much we really appreciate the time you guys have taken to help us tell this story. And blessings.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Don't respect everybody. Big up yourself.
Yep, man, give thanks, man.
It's like family song, so everybody's a star.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Baya, I'm going to touch base with you later. Right?
Yeah, I go
Unpack it.
All right,
All
respect.
right, brother. Walk good.
Walk
Respect.
good.
One love.
What if it ever comes to that time?
That's what we name Yard Media for.
Sundays come here. Ooh yeah. Sundays come here. Monday's the working day, yeah. Tuesday's the very same, yeah. Wednesday when you feel the